Academy. So I'm back with another live of IELTS Speaking. Okay, so we'll wait for our friends to join and after that we'll come in for them. All right, let's commence our class. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon, everyone. So, guys, from the title itself, it's very much clear that we are going to discuss about boring and overused words in English language. When you look at the consecutive classes I've taken for you, you'll understand that I'm stressing or giving more importance for vocabulary in IELTS speaking. So, why am I doing that? Why is that so? It is because you know that vocabulary is one of the important criteria in IELTS speaking, along with fluency, grammar, pronunciation, isn't it? So, guys, pronunciation can be gradually improved when we come among certain mistakes and when we are ready to correct our own mistakes. And grammar, we are studying it at the same time, and you can only be fluent if you are thorough with a lot of words in English language. So the thing is, you have a lot of content in your mind, you have a lot of information to speak, and you know what to speak when you're getting a topic immediately. Isn't it? When you are aware of a topic, because in IELTS speaking, they're not going to ask you something to test your intellectual capacity or anything, but they know everything that you know. Like, they may be expecting an answer, but see, the answer is unaware for them. Like, they are expecting the language proficiency in you, how beautifully you are going to use the language, how you are going to, sustain or getting adapted to a situation where you are not a thorough language user. Like, that's not your native language. English is not a mother tongue. So when you're going to an English speaking country, how you are going to survive or surmount in such a situation is what they are going to check, your proficiency in English language. So there is nothing, or they have nothing to do with intellectual capacity. It doesn't mean you have to speak a lot of blunders. But what I mean is that, see, vocabulary is very important when you speak. And when you speak, even if you have the content in your mind, sometimes you won't be confident. You have that diffidence, that element of diffidence in you. And why? It is because you are not clear about the words you're going to speak, or else if you want to use an apt word in a particular situation, you don't know what is the apt word, but you would be elaborating it unwantedly or explaining it a lot. So that is why I spoke to you about one word substitutions. We have studied that in detail in the previous classes, one word substitutions, isn't it? So what was one word substitution? The apt word or a phrase that can be used in a context. So some common words were taught to you. So my intention is that you should get familiar with a lot of words in the sense, not very hard and complex words in English language, but very common words. You should be aware of the common words that helps us to speak fluently in English language, because fluency is very much related to your vocabulary, your knowledge of vocabulary. So how is that possible? It is only possible if you're ready, or if you have a mind to start studying words in English language, something that is very useful for us, because we are speaking about ourselves, our life experiences, about the people we know. So the words are common because these are happening to everyone. Like when we are talking about our ambition, or when we are talking about an incident, like it can be a failure or success, anything. If you're speaking about a particular incident or a person you know, there can be certain words that are very common when everyone uses it. So vocabulary is important. You should not stammer, or you should not stay silent during IELTS test because of the reason that you don't know the apt word to be used. At the same time, I want to make it clear that there are certain boring and overused words in English language. These are not a problematic thing when we think of our daily life situations or our casual talk with the person, because it has nothing to do with our marks. But in IELTS, it has a lot to do with our marks. See, in our daily life conversation, if we are overusing certain words, nobody is going to get concerned about that. But during a test, you may have seen some celebrity interviews or talk shows, and you may have also noticed people using some words uh, very frequently, and this is going to give an awkward kind of impression to your speaking, and that should be avoided. And that is why I'm telling you that there are certain words, and these are boring when it gets overused. So, what can be done in order to avoid that? What are the alternative words that can be used instead of such boring words? The words are not boring, but when we overuse it, it gets bored. That's the thing. So, we should understand that. And you will understand that when I'm telling these new words, the alternative words to you, you may find like, what is so special about these words? These are very simple words. The thing is, it is simple. We know the words. But the thing is, how many of us would use it alternatively? That is the point. See, using common words is what we want in IELTS interview, because IELTS interview is a semi-formal interview, like a casual talk we are having with the interviewer. That's it. So during the interview, even if we know certain words, how many of us are readily using it when it is needed is the question. So today, let's get to understand what all words should be avoided when we are overusing it. Let's get to understand and look at the words. I hope you get a thorough understanding, or if the thing is clear to you, like why am I taking this class? And I hope all of you are going through our classes and preparing well for the examinations. And all right, that's great. Keep your spirits and go on. Okay, so let's move on. The first word we have is really. Really. So you can see the alternative words I've given here. Sorry for the lag or technical glitch. All right, so the word is really. So guys, when we speak, we have noticed that a lot of people tend to use this word more than once. See, using it twice is fine, but when it comes more than two times, like 3 or 4 times when you're using the same word, it's boring. So what all words can be used instead of the word really? Okay, let's look at that. The first word is genuinely. Next, indeed, and we have utterly and profoundly. All right. So next time when you are using this word, make sure you are using some other words instead of that. So before that, what does really mean? What does really? Really is an adverb, isn't it? To show the reality of a situation. So, really is an adverb to show the reality of a situation or to emphasize the truth of something. So, really, when we are saying to some people, speaking to some person, we would definitely use the word really. It's really good. It's really charming. So, instead of saying really, what can we use? We can use genuinely, indeed, utterly, and profoundly. Okay, for instance, if someone is saying, my career is really important for me. My career is really important for me. If someone is saying like this, say for really instead of really, what all terms we can use? We can say, my career is genuinely important for me. My career is indeed important for me. My career is utterly important for me. Or my career is profoundly important for me. So when you look at these words, you may find slight differences in the meaning, but not much. Like, these can be contextually used wherever it is needed. Like, there are not much, large mistakes or differences between these words, but these are common words that can be used in the same context, having almost same meaning. So instead of really, you can say genuinely, indeed, utterly, or profoundly. And I gave you a simple sentence to make this clear to you. Like, when you're saying my career is really important for me, at the same time you can say my career is genuinely or indeed, utterly, or profoundly important for me. So stop saying really anymore. One more thing, it's your turn. Once I am telling you an example, you have to make more sentences, because it's your turn after that. Make sentences your own and comment it, and that's what we want and expect from you. All right? Yes. So let's look at the next word. So this is a kind of homework I'm giving you today when you're attending the class, or after the class, when you get familiar with these words, you have to make sentences out of it, and you have to check whether you are overusing it again. So it should not happen. So that is the purpose of our class. Like, we should not make this mistake again. All right. So let's look at the next word we have. It is like. Like. So I think in interviews, when we watch interviews, we would understand that like is the most overused word. Like. So what is the purpose of using the word like? It's usually used to talk about our choices or preferences, isn't it? Our choice or else our preference. So for like, we can use cherish, relish, covet, and idolize. All right? Cherish, relish, covet, and idolize. And here I want to make you understand one more thing. As I've already told you, there are slight changes or differences in the meaning we have here. For like, what is cherishing actually? Cherishing means to keep hope or memories or idea that is very much important to us, isn't it? Cherish is keeping our memories or important things to us forever. We are cherishing great moments. And relish means something of great enjoyment. Great enjoyment. And covet means something that is strongly desired by many. And finally, we have idolize. Idolize means admire something or someone excessively. Okay? So you can see it like cherish means we are having important memories or events that is very important for us. We'll be keeping those memories with us forever. So that is cherish, cherishing some moments. Or else we can also say cherish when we are giving a lot of love, attention, care to someone we love. That is also cherishing. But see, instead of like, we can use these words. Cherish, relish. Relish means something of great enjoyment. Covet means strongly desired by many. And idolize means admire something or someone excessively. So you may think like, what is the similarity of the word like with these words? I want to make it clear that, see, like is used in all these contexts. All these contexts. Okay, so the problem is that as we don't know these apt words, we'll be using the word like. So to avoid that, know these new words. Idolize, we know that we are considering some special person, or it can be a reverend person at the same time. We'll be giving them great importance, okay, excessive importance, because that person will be a renowned person, a reverend person, someone we love, someone we admire, someone we respect. So that personality is what we usually, this happens with celebrities or famous personality, and we'll be idolizing them when we are blindly admiring them. So this is idolizing. It is because we like them, isn't it? We like them. Covet means strongly desired by many, which means there also there is a chance of what? Likingness, likeness. Similarly, relish and cherish. So all these words is very much related to the word like. So stop using like in all such contexts and you can use these words: cherish, relish, covet, and idolize. Okay, the first word was really, and the second word is like. Think of yourself, like, are you overusing these words like really? Like? See, even if I use the word like, it naturally comes to our speaking. But I'm telling it in your examination point of view when you're speaking, please try to avoid it, because when it comes more than twice, it is creating an awkward impression for your speaking. Okay. All right, let's move to the third word. It's know. Know means to understand something, isn't it? I knew something. I want to know something. So, know. Know can be replaced by the words perceive, grasp, fathom, and discern. All of these words mean to understand something. I want to know more about the concept. Let's look at an example. Or I want to know the concept. Here, this word know can be replaced by perceive. I want to perceive the concept. I want to grasp the concept. Fathom means to understand the same thing, and discern is also to know or to understand. So, I want to know. When it is overused, it again becomes bored. Okay, so try to replace the word know with perceive, grasp, fathom, and discern. Hope it is clear to you, isn't it? All right. So now the next word we have is tired. Tired. Maybe there can be a topic itself when I was speaking about getting tired. So at that time, what would you see? You would only cling on to the same word, tired, tired, tired. Is that good? Because the whole topic is about getting tired. So how will you manage the situation? How will you manage your speaking when you're speaking about a day when you become extremely tired, or a time period which made you tired? How would you speak? Is that good to cling on to the same word tired continuously? No, it's not good. So we can use alternative words like jaded, drained, fatigued, and exhausted. All these words mean tired. Tired mean, what is tired? We are lacking energy, isn't it? We are lacking energy, or we'll be feeling what? We'll be feeling like we need rest. So that is what that state is known as, or that state is called as tired. So instead of tired, we can say jaded. So these words don't have much differences. Every word means the same, like you are tired of something. So say exhausted or fatigued or drained or jaded. This is also a medical condition, fatigue. We know that. So extreme tiredness. Okay, so for tired, we can use the words jaded, drained, fatigued, and exhausted. And my friends, it's your turn. When I'm saying these words, you have to make examples out of it. All right, the next word we have is hate. Hatred, hate. What is hate? To dislike. We don't like something or someone, we'll say, I hate him, I hate her, I hate it. It can be anything. It can be a situation. It can be anything, a thing. It can be a person. It can be anything. If we have a contempt or a dislike to something, we'll say we hate it. So instead of hate, we can use the words abhor, scorn, okay, revile, and it's not despise, it's despise. I'm sorry. Despise and reviled. Okay. So abhor, scorn, despise, and revile. And the scorn and despise have a meaning like contempt. പുച്ഛത്തോടു കൂടി നോക്കുക, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് ഭയങ്കര ഡിസ്ഗസ്റ്റിംഗ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഭയങ്കര പുച്ഛം കാണിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളൊരു അർത്ഥവും കൂടിയുണ്ട് സ്കോൺ ആൻഡ് ഡിസ്പൈസിന്. സോ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ഔട്ട് ഓഫ് ദി ഹേറ്റ്രഡ് വി ഹാവ് ടു സംതിങ് ഓർ സമ്മൺ, നോട്ട് ബൈ ദ ലവ് വി ഹാവ് ടുവേർഡ്സ് ദം. ഈ പുച്ഛമൊക്കെ വരുന്നത് എപ്പോഴാണ്? ഇഷ്ടക്കേടുള്ളപ്പോഴല്ലേ ഈ പുച്ഛം കാണിക്കുന്നതും. So that's it. So for hate, use the words abhor, scorn, despise, and reviled. All right? So this reviled means you're criticizing something using abusive language. The hatred is very much intensified there. You may be criticizing publicly or using abusive language. So that is something very harsh and hard to revile. Okay, so all these things are happening out of the hatred we have for something or someone. So please to understand the meanings of these words and use it wisely. In which context you should use it. Like we should avoid using it more than twice. Like when it is one or two times in a speaking, it won't be much problematic. So think of it. Abhor, scorns, despise, and revile. All right? Yes. So now the next word we have is happy. Happy. Whenever you are speaking about an incident of success, or when you speak about someone whom you love, or the moments you are sharing with a friendly person or a loved person, see, whenever we are speaking about something good happened to us or in our life, we'll be using the word happy. Happy, happy, happy. Yeah, happy is good to some extent, but when it is overused, it again creates problems. So what can be used instead of happy? All these words mean the same. Happy itself. Not much differences in the meanings. The words are euphoric, elated, contented, and ecstatic. Ecstatic. Euphoric, elated, contented, and ecstatic. I'm happy in the way I'm living. Instead of that sentence, how can we say I'm happy or I'm contented in the way I'm living? See, here I want to make one more thing clear to you. Like I've said it in the previous classes, like it is not contented, it is contented. So this is the right pronunciation, contented. I've already told you content and content are two different things. When we say it is content, when the first sound comes as co. Okay, when we are saying it is content, what does that mean? Information, glossary of something, or ഉള്ളടക്കം എന്നൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ പറയുന്ന സംഭവമാണ് അല്ലേ. When we say content, if the first word is ka, it means happy. So that is the difference. So you should understand that here for happy we'll be using contented. Okay, this is contented. Euphoric also means to become happy, elated. I'm elated means you're overjoyed with something or one. Okay, so happy can be replaced with euphoric, elated, contented, and ecstatic. All right, the next word we have is great. Great. So great is also overused by us. So what does great mean? Something that is superior, isn't it? Or outstanding. If something is superior and outstanding, we'd say great. Oh, that's too great. That's great. That was a great experience. He is a great person. So great is overused. How can we eliminate that boredom in the usage of the word great by replacing it with the words incredible, phenomenal, first rate, and terrific. So everything can be used instead of great. Incredible, phenomenal, first rate, and terrific. Okay. Next word is awesome. Awesome. See, awesome can be replaced with breathtaking, extraordinary, awe-inspiring, and brilliant. Okay, breathtaking, extraordinary, awe-inspiring, and we have brilliant. So awesome, great. See, here it means the same, like something that is outstanding or fantastic, almost similar. Okay, we'll say awesome for that. So here we can say breathtaking, extraordinary, awe-inspiring, or brilliant. Brilliant. If we see the performance of a dancer, we can say that was an awe-inspiring performance. That was an awesome performance. That was a breathtaking performance, extraordinary performance, or a brilliant performance. So see, instead of awesome, all these words can be used. Okay? And the next word we have is to think. Think. Think means we are thinking of something, and also it means we are giving much attention to something for a long period of time. Thoughts, thinking, which haunts us for a long period of time. It's not ending as zap. Like there is a duration for our thoughts to think something. So when we are clinging to something, or when we are consciously engaging in something, we'll be saying like we are thinking of that. Okay, for thinking, we can say to ponder, to contemplate, and to deliberate. When we say deliberate, നമ്മൾ മനഃപൂർവ്വം എന്നൊക്കെയുള്ള ഒരു അർത്ഥം ഇവിടെ വരുന്നുണ്ട്. മലയാളത്തിൽ നമ്മൾ മനഃപൂർവ്വം എന്ന് പറയാറുണ്ട്. വിച്ച് മീൻസ് ഫോഴ്സ്ഫുള്ളി വി ആർ ഡൂയിങ് സംതിങ്, കോൺഷ്യസ്ലി വി ആർ ഡൂയിങ് സംതിങ്. മനഃപൂർവ്വം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഫോഴ്സ്ഫുള്ളി എന്തോ ഒരു കാര്യം ചെയ്യുന്നു, ഡെലിബറേറ്റ്ലി ഡൂയിങ് സംതിങ്. സോ ഹിയർ it is related to the thoughts we are having. So ponder and contemplate also have the same meaning, like we are contemplate means to look thoughtfully for a long period of time, isn't it? Or deliberate means forcefully or consciously. So ponder also have the same meaning, like to think. We are playing with our thoughts, we are roaming. We are taking some time to look for something or to think about something. It can be anything. So think can be replaced with ponder, contemplate, and deliberate. And the last word we have is beautiful. Beautiful. And this can also be used if you are social media users, like for whatever pose you find appealing to your eyes. See, beautiful means something which is appealing to you, or your eyes, your senses. We'll say it's beautiful. So we can say captivating, radiant, alluring, and exquisite. Okay? Captivating, radiant, alluring, and exquisite. So this can also be used for posting comments on social media apps. So next time when you're saying beautiful, please try not to overuse it more than twice. Instead, you can use the words captivating, radiant, alluring, and exquisite. All right? Okay, guys. So these are commonly mispronounced. Sorry, I'm not. Overused words in English language, and let's go through the words once again. The first word is really, which can be replaced with genuinely, indeed, utterly, and profoundly. And after that, we have like, which means to cherish, to relish, covet, idolize. And no can be replaced with perceive, grasp, fathom, discern. Instead of tired, we can use jaded, drained, fatigued, and exhausted. For hate, make use of the words like abhor, scorn, despise, and reviled. And you should also be aware of the slight differences in the meaning we have with these words. Not every words, but some words. So contextually, use it wisely with correct meaning. Okay. happy, euphoric, elated, contented, and ecstatic. For great, you can use incredible, phenomenal, frustrate, and terrific. And for awesome, breathtaking, extraordinary, awe inspiring, and brilliant. And finally, think, the second last word, you can use ponder, contemplate, deliberate. And the last word, beautiful, you can say captivating, radiant, alluring, and exquisite. Okay? So I hope this video was useful for you, at least in the way you are getting familiar with, say, we not be using these words in a test. I'm not telling that all of you are using these words more than twice or for more than 4 or 5 times. I'm not judging you, I'm not criticizing you, but I'm telling you, if any of you have the habit of using it, it's not a crime. But when we are getting marks for vocabulary in IELTS speaking, these are judged by the interviewer. So it is giving an impression on the interviewer that we are unaware of the actual words or the apt words to be used in a context or in a particular scenario. We don't know, or we don't have much knowledge about vocabulary. So we should not give that impression to the interviewer, and we should always maintain a pose to make them understand that we have vast knowledge in English language with a whole lot of words. So try to understand these mistakes in the sense, if you want to make your speaking captivating, radiant, alluring, I'm just saying that is for beautiful, to make your speaking beautiful or charming, to give a good impression on the interviewer, stop using these words more than once or twice. Okay, so don't create that awkward impression on the interviewer, but try to use these words alternatively, and you would definitely get good marks, and it's definitely gonna create an astonishing impression about yourself on the interview, and that's what I want. So guys, let's wind up today's class, and I'll come up with more such words in the next class. So one word substitutions, and this talking about boring and overused words in English language. All these classes are meant to give you an idea about what all things to be concerned when you're attending IELTS interview, to make your vocabulary good and attractive. That's what I mean. So get familiar with these common words, because these are very easy words. We don't want any complex or hard words, but very simple and common words which you can easily understand, which you can easily memorize, and which you can easily speak by daily use. That is what I mean here. So thank you so much for cooperating with me and attending the class. Let's wind up today's class. This is Archana signing out from Tiju's Academy. Thank you so much.